Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another podcast video with Echo Killsh0t.
Is going on, people?
We haven't done one of these in a long time, but I'm glad we got a lot to talk about, a lot of new topics. Yeah, I'm excited. Make sure to obviously leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It's free, takes a second, helps both of our channels out. I'm gonna have a link for Echo's channel in the description. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into our first topic. What do you got?
And so my first topic, assuming we're just gonna go back and forth,
Mhm.
is none other than the one and only MCU movie that came out this year, Deadpool and Wolverine. Man, holy moly! We've talked about this so many times, but obviously we're in a podcast setting, and I really want to summarize it down. Talk about the best moments, maybe some of the not so good moments, because no movie is perfect. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, tell me what you think about that movie, man. How did it make you feel?
Well, first, I mean, just going into that, I knew it was going to be good because it's Deadpool, and it's. I'm not an MCU hater. I know you aren't either, but a lot of people that really hate the MCU were like, "Oh, this is gonna save Marvel," and I don't really think Marvel ever needed to be saved, but there were some things that could have been a little better, and I think Deadpool and Wolverine really kind of showed us that superhero fatigue isn't really a thing. It's more or less about crap superhero movies. So I think going into this, I was obviously expecting a lot, and what I got out of it, I don't really know if we wanted to spoilers, but I mean, we got a masterpiece of a movie. I mean, the acting, the writing, the CGI for the most part. Obviously, it's not perfect in that regard, but I think a lot of the stuff that they wanted to do with the Fox stuff and having Deadpool in the MCU and all that, they killed it. I mean, just bringing back Wolverine was amazing. But I mean, I think without spoiling it, the best thing in my opinion with this film is just one of the best things is just how they managed to make stuff that wasn't canon now matter again. I think like that is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah. I think for this whole multiversal saga thing, we thought Spider-Man No Way Home was the one that cracked the case, was the one that brought that. Then we had Quantum Mania and then Loki and stuff. But this movie was that defining movie to let us know, hey, we are in a new stage of the MCU. And it's also, one of those movies where it's a love letter to Marvel fans and people that love those, Fox movies and stuff like that. R.I.P. Fox. But no, I thought they handled it in such a good manner, an appropriate manner for Deadpool. You've got these two characters, these two protagonists that have really contradicting like personalities.
Right.
Uh, and they both do like to crack a joke every once in a while, but let's just say Deadpool's the more unserious one and Wolverine's the more serious one. So to balance that, like a yin yang sort of thing, I thought they handled really well, man. And I couldn't ask for anything better, man. And no, it's not just all about the cameos, who shows up, how they do this. It has this really good charm to it, and obviously for me, it's my favorite out of the entire Deadpool trilogy, and honestly, a top five Marvel movie for me, just because it delivers everything I wanted it to deliver, and they hid so much from the trailers, man. They hid a lot.
That they did. I think
But yeah, no,
no, yeah, I mean you nailed it. I mean I think they definitely did a great job of honoring the Fox stuff without crapping on it, being like, oh, well, that's not as good as our stuff. Like they really did honor it in a really good way, I think.
yeah, I agree, man. From the fight scenes, from the jokes, I mean, it it is the ultimate Deadpool and frankly ultimate Wolverine movie. I mean, well, you could say Logan's the ultimate Wolverine movie, but that movie doesn't feature the classic suit. That movie doesn't really feature as much, I guess, stuff for Wolverine or Logan to interact with and
True.
coincide with. So I think that they do that such a great job. And Sean Levy, the director of this, man, he just has such a great vision. I can't wait to get and I know you're not big on like the getting like bonus features and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But when I get my copy of this movie, I'm going straight to the bonus features, and I want to see how they made this movie and what it all took. Because Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, oh Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, they are fans like us of these characters of this franchise. So they definitely handled it with a lot of care. And
Mhm.
if you do want to get into spoiler territory, we can. But yeah, through and through, man, this to me is a 10 out of 10 Marvel movie. Some nitpicks, but I think it does everything I wanted it to do personally from this movie. And yeah,
No, I mean, I pretty much agree. I mean, it took the best parts of the first two and all the Fox movies and not only made them matter again, but also just made the ultimate. I mean, it's literally the ultimate Deadpool film. It's the ultimate Wolverine film. I know Logan is kind of the quintessential whatever, but I think both are great. But I think Deadpool and Wolverine, what it did best is, like I said, it really, like when I finished watching that movie, I saw it 2 times in the theaters, and when I came out of it both times, I was like, God dang it, I want to rewatch all the Fox movies now. Because I want to
yeah,
rewatch Blade. I want to rewatch, Fantastic Four or whatever, different Fox movies, and just regardless if they're canon or not, I just think it's really, I don't know, it's a really good balance of uh, good storytelling. I think. I mean, they nailed it for sure.
yeah, I completely agree. I don't think I would change a thing about this movie. And you know what? I love a movie. I love a movie when I can like quote a good chunk of the movie, like monologues. Like I was, telling you off camera, I was reading you quotes from the movie that I had memorized just because I love the writing in those. And, that doesn't shy away from anything. I mean, I think the writing is excellent, excellent, second to none. And I love all the characters. I do. I think they all play their part, serve their part. I think out of the entire Deadpool villains, I think Cassandra Nova is the most threatening. But in a way, she kind of has this weird little quirkiness to her, right? It kind of like
Yeah.
matches, you know, Deadpool's personality. But I just think she's the most versatile and unique villain because I would not choose her to be protagonist, the antagonist of a Deadpool movie until
No.
I actually saw it happen.
Right. Yeah.
And
Same. I didn't even know who she was. I didn't know Professor X had a sister until this movie.
twin sister too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. So,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
I would agree. I do think that she is the best villain out of the three. Um, I think it would probably go three. Ooh, I don't know. Two. Would you count Cable as a villain, or just that weird bald guy?
I mean halfway through, but no, I wouldn't consider him a villain because one, he's not a villain in the comics. He wasn't a villain in the X-Men '97 show that just came out. Which you got to get to that. I know it's not like on the MCU rewatch. Well, I guess everything's canon now, but
Yeah.
you definitely gotta pick up that show and watch it because it's some of the best X-Men material out there. So
That's what I keep hearing.
yeah, but no, I don't. I would not classify Cable as a villain. At the most, he's an anti-hero, but
Okay.
I just call him like a hero with a little bit of a
A dark side.
grittiness. Yeah, kind of like Blade. Kind of like Blade.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Which, speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
man, when all those suckers came out one by one by one, right?
Yes. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah. It made $1
you know,
billion. All right. If you haven't seen this movie in theaters, I don't know what you're doing.
yeah. No, it's crazy. I mean, it's literally it just passed Joker 2 today. I think as the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time,
Yeah.
and it's still growing. By the way, it hasn't even been out for a month, and it's growing continuously. So I don't think it's gonna pass Inside Out 2 because that holds the throne so far for the highest grossing movie this year.
Hmm.
But I think it's going to end its run at like 1.2 billion or 1.25, which is still insane, dude.
Yeah.
for an R-rated movie, man. But that just goes to show that when you put good directors, you put good writers in these positions, you have good advertising and marketing and stuff, you're gonna see that pay off. And oh, it's another Marvel movie. Of course, it's gonna make bank. The Marvels,
Yeah.
uh, they not follow up on that. Oh, it's Marvel, so it's gonna make a lot of money. Principle.
Yeah.
Neither did Aquaman, but that's DC, and that's for another day. Uh, but I'm Aquaman 2. I mean, the first Aquaman. Oof, yeah,
First
Aquaman 2.
Aquaman made a bill.
Yeah, I think the first Captain Marvel made $1 billion too, so they kind of are related in that kind of aspect. But yeah, no, I think it deserves all the positivity. I think really people that want to have a negative problem with it is just because they don't understand the character of Deadpool, and they're like, oh, he's saying all these words so much, and you know, the Metacritic score for this, by the way, absurd. It's like a 57,
Yeah, I
but
heard it
it
was
has like
low.
a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes for the audience score. So that
Jesus.
just goes to show that sometimes, well, I mean, like 75% of the time, critics can, be negative Nancy's or Karens, if you will, Karens of the multiverse.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's, you know, a movie that you don't go in expecting this to have those high, like those end game like stakes. Those, I mean, obviously the stakes are high. There's a universe that is gonna get freaking obliterated
Right.
if Deadpool and Wolverine don't do something about it. But I mean, deep down, this is somewhat a comedy, a bromance, if you will.
Yeah.
But and an action. But it also does have that drama into it, and that's what makes both characters really compelling. And you see that come together at the end when uh, like a prayer is playing that opera version, which is really really sick.
I mean, that was probably the most epic way to have that come to a close, I think.
Exactly, and the way that the movie ends, where it pans in on both of their masks, bro, and I mean, it's just you can't ask for anything better than that.
I know.
But I mean, any I guess closing thoughts, or you got something else you want to say about the movie? Because I mean, I just thought it was incredible.
Yeah, same. I mean, I guess to close off that, I mean, I'll be buying. I already did buy a Blu-ray, but I'll probably buy the real one too when it comes out. But maybe I'll get the 4K Steelbook. But no, I genuinely love that movie. I think it's great. I think Marvel needed a big win since, I mean, we got Guardians 3 and all that, but a lot of people have not been liking the Marvel movies, and I'm glad that this one. I'm glad that this one is doing well. Absurdly well. So hopefully Marvel learns from that, and if they're gonna do more, I heard they're making a Blade movie, and that's still gonna be R-rated whenever that comes out. They're making an animated zombie show, which is TVMA, the equivalent of a R rating. So I think they're doing fine. But I think also I wanted to briefly mention this. A lot of comments I see for Deadpool and Wolverine are praising it because it's rated R. And I think some people are under the impression that everything now has to be rated R to be good. People, obviously, you and I know this, but there are stories out there that are rated G that are like friggin' phenomenal. I mean, you don't need an R rating to make quality. I mean, obviously, you look at like Avatar, Last Airbender, Ninjago, stuff like that. Those are PG, and they're masterpieces of storytelling. So you don't need that R rating to be good. But some people now think that's the case. So hopefully Marvel doesn't bend the knee, so to speak, and be like, "Oh, everything's R-rated now," because I don't think that'll work for me.
Yeah, I completely agree. But the R ratingness of movies definitely does open the door for a lot more things. I mean,
Oh yeah,
the only thing that wasn't really prolific in this movie that isn't rated R material is nudity. Which
right.
thank God, because I was watching the movie with my mom.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, and that first Deadpool movie did not shy away from the nudity.
Mm-mm.
Uh, but it goes back to another thing. I think Across the Spider-Verse, that was rated PG. Should not have been rated PG at all. Should have been rated PG-13, because it has profanity in it, and also, you know, some slight touches of frightening and intense scenes. So I don't think that should have been rated PG. So it does work both ways. But no, I think having R-rated movies, having a Disney movie be rated R, right? Because this is a Disney product. I just think it's so funny. But I mean, you know, Disney's done a lot of questionable things, which that'll be something that we do get into, because it's another one of my topics. But I guess to close this segment out, yeah, no, if you have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, even if you're not caught up with the Fox movies, even if you just know who Wolverine and Deadpool are, you're gonna get what you want out of these. I mean, the fight scenes, the cameos, when you know, the people that show up, like it's absolutely insane. And I love it, dude. My game just crashed as I'm talking right now, but I'm booting up like a Marvel Lego. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna leave it unedited. But yeah, definitely go see Deadpool and Wolverine if you haven't. If you have, you're
see it again.
You're cool in my book. Yeah, see it again, and then when you've seen it again, buy the Blu-ray or the 4K and watch it again.
Amen. Amen. Speaking of movies, I actually. My next topic's a bit weird, so I actually posted my video on this. I don't know when this podcast is out. The review's already out on YouTube, but I just watched yesterday, at the time of recording this, the Borderlands movie. So I know you haven't seen it. I don't know if you're gonna see it, but I think this is a crazy movie, because this debuted. Everyone knows it debuted with god-awful ratings. It was like, I think it was literally a 0%, and then now at the time of recording, it's like 9 or 10. No one likes it. No one is seeing it. It's making like zero money. And I saw it. Your boy here paid real money to see this movie, and I saw it with my mom. She doesn't play the games. She's watched me play them a little bit, but I have played Borderlands 2 and 3. I own 1 and pre-sequel in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I just haven't played them yet. I'm going to get to it soon. But, you know, I know a lot about the lore of Borderlands, and upon watching this movie, no spoilers, in my opinion, I don't think it deserves the 0 to 9 to 10%. It's not a hidden gem. It's not a masterpiece by any means, but I genuinely had a good time with it. You know, my mom, who, like I said, doesn't play the games, she liked it. She understood everything. Because I was watching reviews, and the reviews were like, oh my god, it makes no sense. If you don't play the games, you're going to be totally lost. It's so incomprehensibly, it just makes no sense, and it's horrible. It's unwatchable, and I'm like, yeah, like, is it though? You know what I mean? I like, my mom, like I said, she understood everything perfectly fine. So maybe that reviewer was dumb. I have no clue. But, you know, upon playing the games, I actually enjoyed it. I don't think it's horrible. You guys can check out my review for my individual thoughts on that, because I'm not going to bore you here. But I actually enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, there's some issues. I had an issue with some of the action was filmed like it was R-rated, but it seems like they edited the blood out to make it PG-13, like, at the last second, which it's kind of weird. CGI, surprisingly, like, phenomenal. Really great. Like, Claptrap looks freaking great. Pandora, Promethea, Caustic Caverns, all the locations that you guys love from the games are there. They look great. But we got to get into the obvious elephant in the room here, because I know you didn't see this movie, but you know about the cast. So I thought the cast did a good job with what they were given. But I'm not going to lie, they were really freaking miscast, at least some of them. I think Marcus was great, Tiny Tina was great, Lilith was actually pretty good. She didn't look that old, but Tannis and Roland and a few others were really oddly miscast. So what are your opinions on this film and the cast? And, I mean, are you going to see it? Because I know you like the games.
Yeah, and I do plan on playing the pre-sequel, well, after I get through my other games. But, to bring it back before I do talk about the cast, see, maybe the reason people found it easy to understand, or people that haven't played the games found it easy to understand. Maybe that's the problem. The whole point of this is it is a video game adaptation. You are adapting something. You
Mhm.
need to adapt bits and parts of the story. You know, my reference point could be like for Super Mario movie, but you also want to have some originality to it, I think, to a certain degree. Like
Right.
the Mortal Kombat movie, it followed that plot of there is a tournament. Super Mario Bros. Movie, it, you know, found its plot through saving the princess, but it also had its kind of original thing to it.
Right.
This movie seems to throw what you're telling me seems to throw a lot of that plot away, and I heard it was like being really cliche, and it was being very not true to the material in terms of the R-ratedness of it, which that's another thing.
Mhm.
Why is this movie not R-rated? That I do not know. But you know, I'm all down for a bad fun movie, a guilty pleasure movie, which is the least that or the most that I hope to get out of this
Right.
when I do watch it. But I mean, I'm glad you had fun with it. At least you saw something about it. You know. But that 0%, man.
Yeah,
Yikes.
the zero
But yeah.
percent threw me off because like I've seen and I own worse movies than Borderlands. Like shit, I own the Star Wars Holiday Special on DVD. I own Catwoman with Halle Berry. I own Batman and Robin.
Avatar. Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live-action
Movie.
2010 movie. Yeah, I have seen and owned a butt ton of really bad films. This is not even close to being bad. It's like I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. It's for people
Like, I
that
mean,
say
average.
I think it's slightly above average. Because when people call it unwatchable, I find that weird because on one hand it's well, I mean, it's watchable, but people that give this like a 0 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10, the music was really great. Okay, the CGI was phenomenal. The acting was fine. The writing was good. The plot was a little bit generic, right? They're vault hunters and looking for the vault on Pandora, but surprisingly, there's actually something more to it, which I'm not going to spoil. What they do with Tiny Tina that they have not done in the games. So there's some uniqueness to it, which is really cool. But people, I think, they don't factor in the music and the editing and the CGI and the action and the story. They see the overall picture without the little itty bitty things. Like Catwoman, that's got trash music, really bad acting, horrible, horrible editing. That's a 0 out of 10 movie. I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm the weird one, but I think it was pretty good. The PG-13. I think they changed it to have more people see it and for it to make more money. But the issue is that no one's seeing it. So if it was rated R, it'd probably be making more money.
I mean, but then again, just because you make it rated R doesn't mean it's going to be a overall better movie. My main
Right.
thing is that, like, does it adapt the plot of the game while also having some original parts in there? Does it do that?
Yeah, so it's not canon. So if people like the Assassin's Creed movies canon, this is not. This is purely an adaptation. And yeah, I mean they have all the references. They have a lot of Easter eggs and stuff like that. But at the same time, it is its own original story. There's a few, if you've played the games, there are a lot of things that are like, oh, I know I know what this is. My mom hasn't played them, so she didn't really know the spoiler at the end, but I did. If you play Borderlands 3, you'll know it too. But I think it's cool that they're able to do that adaptation while also having a slightly unique story. Because like let's be honest, Super Mario Bros. Didn't have a great story. I mean, it was just Mario has to save Peach. Like that's it. That's like every game ever. So you don't need a new original story to make a good product. And no, this is not the most original story in the world. But for what it's worth, I left the theater wanting a sequel because there's so much lore to this franchise. And the sad part is that they're never going to make one because it's making like $5.
Yeah, that, and I feel like the marketing wasn't great.
No, it
But
wasn't.
I will be checking it out. And to get to your question about the cast, yeah, no, there's a lot of changes that should have been made, needed to
Yeah.
be made. Maybe that's one of the reasons people didn't want to go see the movie, because you got Kevin Hart, Jack Black, who's gonna be Steve in the Minecraft movie. I don't even want to talk about how bad that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Uh, you got the Kate Blanchett as Lilith, who Lilith is supposed to be more on the younger side. And yeah, makeup can do a lot of things, but to be honest, I feel like I was looking at Kate Blanchett trying to cosplay as Lilith,
And it's funny you mentioned
an
that.
older Lilith.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the cosplay because I immediately when I got home I googled Lilith cosplay, and there were like 20 to 30-year-old women much younger than her, and they looked better than her. So obviously they got Blanchett and Hart and whoever, Jamie Lee Curtis, because of their names, and Jack Black. Like that's obviously the only reason. But
Yeah, I guess I thought that was gonna sell tickets, right? But this for the star power, but nah.
yeah, it didn't work. Now, again, I think they're fine in their roles. Like, they're not horrible, you know. But yeah, Tanis is attractive and, mid 30s with black hair. Curtis is like upwards of 70, 80 with freaking gray hair.
Jeez.
So it just doesn't work. It's weird. But I don't know. I mean, it takes a minute to get past it, but once you do, it's fine. But I think they should have honestly just made that movie. They should have made this film like the Uncharted movie should have been made. Make it like how they made the Tintin movie in 2011, and just have it be animated, have it be motion capture, and then you can get everyone from the games to show up, and you're effing golden. Like, then, like, people that play the games will want to see your movie because the people that are in it are from the games. I don't know why they don't do that more.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, you got the video game adaptation curse. That's a thing apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess people are using that, putting that label on this movie. But I mean, when I see it, we'll have a more thorough discussion about it. But yeah, if it can be just a bad, fun, guilty pleasure kind of movie, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's good enough for me, man. Because I mean, not the biggest Borderlands fan in the world. You know, this wasn't on my top 10 anticipated movies of the year, but it
Right.
intrigues me because one, it's a video game adaptation, and two, the cast. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. But moving on to the next topic. I know we're almost done with Marvel. We're almost done, but I need to get this out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Future of the MCU, and what I mean by that is all the Comic Con stuff that popped up and D23 stuff. Uh, that being Thunderbolts, how that trailer got leaked. Blade still happening.
I think.
Captain America, Red Hulk's appearance, and of course Fantastic Four. Out of those movies, I could probably guess which one you're excited for the most. But tell me, what's kind of your thought going into them after we gotten a little more information on them? And after that, I want to talk about Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Yeah. Oh boy. I think out of the stuff that we've currently have on offer, like you said, we got. I didn't. I kind of saw the Thunderbolts trailer. It was really like potato quality, but it looked fine. It looked good. I just rewatched Black Widow for my MCU review, and I'm like, oh man, I want to see more Yelena. But I think Captain America: Brave New World, horrible title, but the movie looks good. I think that. I don't know. I think out of those, I'd probably do Brave New World. I think that's a really interesting looking movie with Red Hulk. I mean, Harrison Ford is friggin' insane as Red Hulk. I mean, obviously, it's kind of weird that when Black Panther died, they're like, we'll never recast, never. And then when he dies, they're like, just get Harrison Ford. That's a little weird, but
And no mustache, and they
right.
even talk about it in the movie.
Yeah, right. It's in the trailer, so I think they're able to poke fun at it. But honestly, I'm stoked for the future of the MCU, man. Like, genuinely. Like, again, you guys know me. I'm not a Marvel hater. I never went on record saying the MCU is dead. It's dead now. Forget about it. It's old news. Like, no, the MCU it's had a few missteps, but I think we're past the woke agenda. I think we're past the message for the most part. And I think that now they could just, again, focus on less movies a year, more powerful storytelling, and I think that's going to give them the success they want. But yeah, I genuinely, I freaking can't wait. I mean, we're getting Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time. We're getting maybe a Hawkeye season 2. I think that might be a Young Avengers thing. But
Maybe Spider-Man 4 to fill in that February 2026 slot.
right, yeah. Craven. I mean, shoot, I'm gonna go see Craven in theaters. I mean, apparently that's part of the MCU now
Yeah,
too.
that new trailer came out, which I thought they did a better job with that trailer than the last trailer.
Mm.
So props to them on that. But
You know what I
you know,
did? I watched that trailer and I literally said out loud like 15 times. I I was like when the man comes around. I was just saying that was like I don't like the song, but it gets stuck in your head. They play that damn thing like 100 times in that trailer. It's like a 2-minute trailer, and like Craven will say a line of dialogue, and then it goes when the man comes around. And I'm like, we get it.
I mean, I thought it fit the trailer, but yeah, the song
Yeah.
is repetitive when they're using that
I
line
was
from
just
it. But
I was just laughing by the end of the. I was laughing out loud watching that trailer. I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus.
I see a lot of people complaining about Rhino, and it's like, okay, how do you want them to do Rhino? I mean, he literally looks like a man that I mean, I guess you could put like a really bulk guy into a Rhino suit, like in the Spider-Man games.
Maybe.
Uh, but I mean, I don't hate the design.
No.
You know,
I mean, he's better than Paul Giamatti in a big ass suit. You know, I mean,
yeah. So that's a little strange.
but
But
anyway,
yeah,
to
no.
answer your question fully, probably Brave New World. I think it's got a good like Winter Soldier esque vibe to it, and
Not Fantastic Four, huh?
ooh, that
Mine was Fantastic Four.
okay. I mean that looks interesting. I'm a little worried that it's not apparently in the MCU, but like you said to me, I'm pretty sure in some aspect of the film they're going to transition to 66616 or whatever the sacred timeline is. They have to. I mean, if not, then what's the point? But I think that looks interesting. I like the suit. People are complaining about Johnny Storm in that suit, but I mean, what are your thoughts on it? I think it looks fine because it's supposed to be from the 60s.
Oh yeah, I think the cast, the chemistry between them, when they're doing interviews and stuff, they look very comfortable with each other. The Johnny Storm casting wasn't really growing on me at first, but now seeing him with the blonde hair, with the costume on, I'm more very more optimistic about that, and as well as everybody else. I'm excited to see what the Thing design looks like. Galactus, that's going to be insane.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, after the film's over or something, they are going to not literally transition, but they are going to get that female Silver Surfer and
Okay.
have some story plot reason to transition it to the Silver Surfer we all know and love.
You're
Uh,
gonna careful there. You're gonna get people. This is woke. But Silver Surfer, there is a female Silver Surfer. There's a whole race of them.
There is, but I mean, they know the Silver Surfer we know. Okay, I don't see a female Silver Surfer in the Lego Marvel games. I see the male one right now on my screen, literally right now. Here, I'm gonna click on him. There. Uh, that's the Silver Surfer everybody knows and wants. But I
Right.
mean, it's not like they're doing this whole woke thing. Like this character does actually exist as a female, but they are going to transition that into the one that we all know and love for some plot reason that we don't know. But I'm excited for that first trailer. We're probably going to get that trailer, first trailer for the Fantastic Four before we get a Sonic 3 trailer.
Yeah.
So I still can't believe we haven't gotten that trailer. But all right, we talked about that, and Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. Man, what is the thought process on that?
Yeah. So I remember that fateful day. Uh, oh boy. And I think
I
it's.
thought you were joking. You sent me a text. I thought you were joking.
Yeah, it was like midnight when I found out. I was just about to go to sleep, and I saw the Russo panel, and I was like, "Oh, I'll watch it." And it was like, "Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna go to bed now." But yeah, I think it's really divisive. I mean, half of the internet loves it. Half of them want to murder Robert Downey Jr. I mean, I think, like you say, Cillian Murphy probably would have been the better option, right? He's never been in the MCU. He
He
looks
just won an Oscar.
right. Yeah, so he's
And
fresh off
I'm
that.
sure the man, and I'm sure Robert Downey, since they're good friends, Robert Downey Jr. could convince Killian to be like, "Hey, come join the Marvel universe." But no, he just took his role. He said, "No, I'm gonna be Doom." I'm gonna be Doom. You could be Oppenheimer. I'm gonna be Doom.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, you're completely right. They should have gone Killian. Killian is the only good option for this. Because one, you have an Oscar winner. Two, the dude has a crazy like death stare, like a Liam Neeson death stare, and that's something Doom needs to have.
Okay.
Uh, his presence, if you've seen Peaky Blinders, you know his range. Uh, I just think he'd be, the perfect Doom. No question about it. I know people want Mads Mikkelsen, but I mean,
Alright.
he
He's
was
already in Marvel.
kind of already kind of maybe bring him in as like a variant or something like that. But as the mainline Doctor Doom that we're gonna be seeing in Secret Wars, give it to Cillian Murphy. But nope. They're coming out and saying that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be the main. Like he's not just going to be a variant cameo.
He's Victor.
He's not even a Tony. He's not even that one Tony Stark variant
Yeah.
of Doctor Doom. Like, what are we doing here? Like, okay, on one hand, I'm curious. On the other hand, this is the biggest screw up you could have possibly done. All right. As someone that was, also looking forward to what Kang was gonna bring until that whole thing happened.
Oh Jesus,
Um,
yeah.
I they kind of made it like 10 times worse because like this really isn't any better. I mean, this dude is Iron Man, and it's so weird seeing him as Doom,
Right.
and he's not even gonna be playing the Tony Stark. What if Tony Stark became Doctor Doom variant? He's going to be playing Victor Von Doom, and that is really concerning to me.
Yeah. Now look,
Because
obviously they did this for a few reasons, right? They did it because people don't like Marvel anymore and they need to get them on their winning side.
y'all just had Deadpool and Wolverine though.
Right.
Literally right after Deadpool and Wolverine came out, they were doing this, and y'all should have known that was going to be a success. It shows right now that it was a success.
Right.
Why are you throwing a desperation attack like this? All right, I'm sure people would have been 10 times more hyped. All right, I get it. Seeing RDJ come back into the MCU, it's crazy. But bring him back as Superior Iron Man or something. Or, I know they threw a fat stack of cash towards his way. All right.
Oh
I
yeah.
know they did that. But I feel like people would have gotten 10 times more excited if Marvel, Kevin Feige, Russo brothers, whatever, made the objectively executive right decision to reveal Cillian Murphy. If Cillian Murphy takes off that mask and it shows his face, people would have gone 10 times more hype because that is the right choice. That is the only choice. Not this. This feels like a desperation attack, and they don't even need to do that. So it's just very disappointing to me because, to be honest, we don't even know if it's going to go well. Like, we don't really have a build-up. I feel like we're going to start building stuff up when the Fantastic Four movie comes out. But by then, the release date for Doomsday is 2026, a year after Fantastic Four. So what kind of buildup are we going to have? It's just everything's kind of in the air right now. But from this casting choice alone, I am very confused and really just astonished why they went with this decision instead of the clear choice. The dude just won an Oscar, bro.
I know. Yeah, it is weird. I mean, I think obviously Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor. He's going to do fine. I don't think Marvel's completely incompetent, but yeah, it does scream desperation. It's really weird. He's probably going to kill it, but at the same, I mean, let's be honest. Everyone complaining and bitching online on Twitter is going to see this movie like day one or two. Like, let's be honest.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like, you're still gonna go see the movie. Your butts are still gonna be in seats, but
Right.
that whole time, I could just picture myself in the theater when Doom shows up or something. I'm gonna be like, well,
That's not Killian.
that's not Killian, but let's see what happens. I'll still be hyped as heck because it's an Avengers movie with Doom in it, but it's gonna be so freaking strange, and I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't.
Yeah. We'll have to see,
It's
I
so weird.
guess. But yeah, you mentioned the the build up, and it is really effing weird because we were getting Kang. I just finished Loki season 1 a few days ago, and that was like, oh shit, like He Who Remains, Kang, he's the big bad guy now. He's like the next
That
Thanos.
was like the perfect setup for the character too.
Right, and they were gonna have him in they had him in Quantumania. Kang was gonna be, Kang Dynasty. That was the big thing. And then I'm not gonna get into the whole Jonathan Majors thing. I heard that he beat up his girlfriend in public, but I also heard that he was protecting himself because she was attacking him. I don't really know or care. It's like Johnny Depp and Amber Turd. It's just whatever at this point. But it is really, really weird that Marvel will, like, I don't know how the hell Ezra Miller still has a job when he has done far worse than Jonathan Majors did. It's really weird. I know he's DC and not Marvel, but or was DC, I guess. But yeah, it's just really strange that they're completely abandoning Kang. Apparently, they're gonna, finish the storyline up in the next Avenger movie. Like they're gonna kill him or something right early on. But it does feel strange. It's like it's like building up to Thanos, and then Josh Brolin gets in trouble, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's actually Galactus now." It feels really weird and disjointed. Again, though, I love the MCU, and I'll be seeing all these movies. And if they're bad, they're bad. If they're good, we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly. But I think we've rambled on enough about this casting choice and Marvel as a whole, really. So let's move on. Or do you do you have a topic?
I'm trying to think. Well, we could do Kingdom Hearts if you want to briefly.
That was a topic on mine too.
Oh, perfect.
I want to save let's save Kingdom Hearts for last or second to last or something like that. I just want to quickly skim through the D23 stuff, that being Snow White, Brown Dirt,
right.
Jeez, Brown Dirt, Incredibles 3 getting announced, Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, Zootopia 2, Moana 2, live action Lilo and Stitch, where he says the what word. All that stuff. What do you kind of think? Are you excited? I mean, I know you're excited because you're a Disney fan, but tell me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start with Lilo and Stitch. Stitch, he looks great. I mean, he looks fun. Like, it looks like Stitch. I mean, I saw a lot of concept art and a lot of fan art of what they thought he would look like, and it looked like crap. So I'm glad that Disney didn't completely do a Sonic the Hedgehog and F this guy into oblivion. I'm glad he looks like Stitch. I don't know what Lilo looks like, but I mean, I'm probably just a little Hawaiian girl, but it should be, I'll be seeing that for sure. Mufasa, I really have zero interest in that. I haven't even seen the trailer.
Yeah, dude.
I saw
the antagonist is a white lion or white skinned lion.
Is that in the lore? I haven't even seen Lion King animated, so I don't know.
I don't know. I just find it really weird. They're like, oh, let's get a white lion because you know the agenda. White people are bad. White men bad. White lion bad.
White lion bad.
These are animals. What are we doing?
Yeah, a little wonky.
Little wonky.
But no, it looks good. And then Zootopia 2 looks good. I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm sure it'll be good. Let's talk about Snow White. So I did my reaction to the trailer. It's on the right. Whatever. Yeah, good job. I recently just saw the Snow White animated version before my last trip to Disney World. It's a good movie. Not my favorite in the world, but it's fine. So upon seeing all this controversy, they had the I call this Snow White and the diversity hire because they got everyone under the sun to play the dwarves, except for dwarves. And it was. I mean, it looked like the Hobbit cast, just completely on acid. Very, very bad. Like insanely bad. And then they get Rachel Zegler, who I don't think Rachel Zegler is ugly. I think she's kind of attractive in a weird way. Maybe I'm weird, but she's not white. Literally Snow White is described having skin as white as snow. She's not white. So that's kind of weird.
How they're going to open the movie. They're going to open the movie by a narrator saying, "Skin as brown as dirt."
Yeah, right. This is a modern remake.
Well, it's called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But if you saw that clip, the whistle while you work,
Mhm.
in the animated movie, Snow White actually helps the dwarves clean the house.
Right.
In the live action movie, from the clip, she's giving all these commands. She literally breaks into their house, gives them commands to start doing stuff, wash the pans and pots and brooms and stuff. And it's not really accurate to the movie, but they're trying to be progressive and they're trying to make it to where, oh yeah, no, we don't need to clean,
Yeah.
we don't need to help at all.
Strong, independent women don't clean dishes. They beat up white men. We all know
It's
that.
like, okay, you broke into this house of CGI dwarves and you're giving them commands while you're telling them to whistle while they work.
Imagine busting into an,
Which,
yeah, imagine busting into a house full of dwarves and being like, "Do your work."
yeah, and she's not even gonna help. Like in the animated movie, she actually helped.
I mean,
Uh,
to be honest, we haven't seen the movie. Maybe she does help, but I don't know.
I mean, the clip got leaked from that part of the movie, so
Oh, really?
I'm just saying. But just the whole controversy with this movie. I mean, look, I'm gonna agree with you on one thing. Yes, the color grading is good.
Mhm.
Yes, it does look presentable. Uh, as a movie, but it I just it's the reasons why the stuff they're doing in this movie do not interest me in any sort
Yeah.
of way.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But
you hit it, and it
and
doesn't
I'm not
help
gonna go
that.
spend money to see it.
Right. I mean, it doesn't help that in their what do you call it? In their marketing, quote unquote, the marketing for this movie is basically the same as the Acolyte show, where instead of talking about how good your show is and how good the music is, how fun the action is, how amazing the plot and story is, how good the acting and writing is, they instead for the Acolyte went, "Oh, we're so gay, like we're so fucking lesbian, you're gonna love it." And it's like no one. No one was. I mean, I was looking forward to it, but no one was looking forward to your show because all you were taught you wouldn't shut up about how lesbian and gay your show was.
Yeah,
And for those of you who don't know, I love The Acolyte. It's really not that woke at all. There's like one baby woke scene, and it's hardly there. It's a very good show, and I hope we get a season 2. And I hope that the Snow White scene or Snow White film is like The Acolyte because they're spouting this nonsense on how Snow White doesn't need a man, and men are evil, women are better, and it's just really strange marketing to. I mean, it's Snow White. Like, it's kind of the whole point. Like, she dies and needs a man to save her. That's the point. And it's really weird that they're doing that. But hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, we're all wrong. Hopefully, I mean, I want it to be good, right? I mean, I like Disney. I don't want it to fail. But it looks like it
I
will.
mean, I feel like sometimes Disney needs to fail because they release these stupid I mean, dude, literally after Moana 2, the very next year we're getting a Moana live action. Which, okay, why stop at the let's just see if the live action thing is good. Why are we getting so desperate to make a live action remakes of Disney classics, right?
Yeah.
And they're being so quick on their feet to get a Moana live action thing out.
Right?
I just it's so weird. When they take one step forward, they take three steps back.
Yeah.
Uh and you could see that here. I mean, they just came off of making 1.4 billion dollars from a sequel to a movie that an original movie, Inside Out, that people you know like.
Mhm.
So I don't get it. It just feels desperate, but then again, Disney is always trying to be desperate, always trying to pander to this and that.
Yeah.
Uh
There have been a few Disney live action remakes that I've enjoyed. You guys know I'm a massive fan of the Aladdin remake. That's one of my favorite movies
I mean,
ever.
yeah, but
So,
I feel like it's gotten to a point where, like, okay, we don't need this like every single year, dude. Like, we
right.
don't
Yeah, it's like a
like
Call of Duty
our
game.
original stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's like rinse and repeat, same stuff. So I mean, you know, in one way, part of me is looking forward to the Snow White film to see how it gets received.
Hmm.
Uh, how much it's gonna make at the box office.
I mean, it can't be worse than Borderlands, am I right?
Yeah. But I, I just don't see this movie like being good with that thing in the back of your head that like Snow White is white and
I'll just see the Brett Cooper version, all right?
yeah, no, I feel like that's gonna be the better version, honestly,
Yeah.
because Brett Cooper's equally as equally as pretty as Rachel Zegler, and the
Less of
black
a
hair,
biatch.
yeah, the less biatch, white skin, and she's yeah,
Not
she's
problematic.
not problematic. She weird, but yeah, no, that's what I gotta say about that, man.
Yeah. If you, oh boy, yeah, I am. Again, you guys know I love Disney. I don't like when they do this woke crap, but when Disney wants to make a good film or good, like they're capable of it. So maybe it'll surprise us. But imagine it, dude. What if it gets negative reviews? This is the first movie to get -10 review on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, I just think it's so hard for a movie to get a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes with more than like 10 reviews. I think that has got to be so hard to do, and somehow Borderlands did it. And
Yeah,
for some odd reason, I feel like this movie is going to do that as well. If not that, I see this movie opening with like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes or 40%.
hmm
That's you know that's just what I think because people know what they're going to when they go into this movie, and of course IGN's probably going to give it a 10 because Ignorant Games Network. That's
every Lego game gets like a 5 and 6, maybe a 7 if you're lucky. Every Call of Duty gets a 9 or a 10, and you know sure as hell that they're gonna give Snow White a 10.
yeah. They gave She-Hulk Attorney at Law a 9, dude. A 9.
You guys know it's part of my MCU rewatch. I'm gonna rewatch it, but last time I saw that show, boy, me no likey.
I mean, it gets to a point like where it starts off like, oh, it's bad fun, but then it just becomes bad, not fun.
Right, and then you don't want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my thoughts on the whole Snow White thing. I think it's cool that we finally got a trailer out. Disney has the don't know why Disney has the balls to put out a trailer for this movie, even though it's gotten so much controversy.
I remember when you said it was gonna get canceled. Like people were genuinely thinking this was not gonna release.
I mean, did they have to do reshoot? I feel like they had to do reshoots or something at some point.
I feel like they should just
Uh,
burned it down.
exactly. Like, okay, Warner Brothers wants to scrap Batgirl, but they want to release Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Yeah, that is weird because the people that made Batgirl made the new Bad Blood movie, or not Bad Boys movie. I haven't seen any of them. I don't know if I want to, but I saw an action scene of the new Bad Boys movie.
That would have been a solid action movie.
Yeah,
Batgirl.
right. I mean, the directors are competent with making action, from what I've seen. So it's just, I refuse to believe that Batgirl was so unwatchable that they had to just write it off as a tax thing. Like I don't get it. It's weird.
These studios and executives make so many questionable decisions, and at some point, yes, we just keep giving them money, but at some point, we just gotta like tell them like, oh, we're not gonna take it anymore or something like that, because
Yeah.
this is not what people should be consuming or should be spending their hard-earned money on.
Right.
Like it's laughable. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, what do you what is the next topic?
The next topic is Call of Duty Black
Topic.
Ops 6.
Topic. Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. BO6.
BO6. Body Odor 6. So, with Call of Duty, you guys know I'm an offline only gamer, yada, yada, yada. Fucking everyone knows. But Speaking of like bad ratings and still making a lot of money, Modern Warfare 3 2023 got the lowest score out of any COD game, and it still made a butt ton of money. Now, I own this game, and I love it. It's one of my favorite Call of Duty games. Again, as an offline player, it's great. It's probably the best playing COD game out there. But every single update they make, they completely ruin it. Sadly, I can't play offline now. They broke it, and I have to wait for a patch. If they do patch it, so currently I'm not able to enjoy the product I bought, which is probably a lawsuit, but I won't do that. Probably
And
illegal, but
$70, $70 is insane for a 3-hour campaign.
right, exactly, right.
I don't care if 95% of the game is multiplayer and 5% is the campaign. A 3-hour campaign where I feel like a lot of your consumers are gonna be buying that game for that product for.
Mhm.
Come on. And the campaign wasn't, well, I mean, you have your thoughts on the campaign, but for the sake of the argument, everybody universally, agrees that the campaign wasn't even that good for a 3-hour
No,
campaign.
no, it's not my
Uh,
favorite. I mean, it's playable, but it's definitely not one of. It's not even one of the best.
70
It's
bucks. $70.
yeah. And that's the problem is that Call of Duty is so friggin' big that they can literally make a 4 out of 10 game, as some people have said. They can make a trash product and it will still sell. And the issue with Black Ops 6 is that it's a freaking Black Ops game. And I actually had Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, and Cold War. I love all those games. Like, all those games are freaking great. Offline bots, campaign, zombies. They're amazing games. And I was looking forward to Black Ops 6. And then they dropped that it's online only. This is the first Call of Duty game to be online only, meaning if you want to play multiplayer zombies or even the campaign, you have to be completely connected to the internet and have Xbox Live. If you don't, you can't play the game you bought. That's not good for many reasons, but the issue is that they're losing a lot of people. Obviously, they're losing me, but they don't care about me. I'm just one person. But a lot of people play offline bots specifically and campaign offline, right? I mean, not everyone has great internet. I think everyone who plays games has internet. You kind of need that, but not everyone has great internet. So I think having a game be online only like that in a series where you don't have to be online, really effing red flagging. Plus, I don't know if you guys have seen the Black Ops 6 multiplayer leaked. I have. It literally, and I'm not hating this because it's online only. I'm not biased. I'm genuinely speaking here. It doesn't look good. It literally looks like Cold War, but they have this new thing. I don't know if you heard about this, but it's called omnidirectional movement, and it's basically where you can sprint, run, straight, back, left, and right. So you can. I mean, if you watch it in third person, you look like a freaking crackhead because you're running. It's like you're ice skating with a gun. It just it just seems like a gimmick. Like the boost jumping and all that. That was fun. Omnidirectional movement, like, oh yeah, you can run left and right. Can we have $80? It just seems really scummy.
yeah, no. As far as my thoughts on the game or what we've seen so far, look, I'm gonna be playing it regardless because one, I want to check out if it's actually not gonna be that great or if it's gonna be something incredible.
Hmm.
Because I just feel like one, you can't mess up a Black Ops game or just a Call of Duty game in general, but a Black Ops game, Black Ops 6. Uh, you know, if you mess this up, I mean, like there is no next Call of Duty. I feel like. I feel like personally.
Yeah.
If
Well, it'll
so,
still make a million.
if so, the uh, you know, Call of Duty fan, D riders, whatever, they need help. Dude, my friend keeps inviting me to a freaking Xbox party and it's making noises on my PC and I'm about to go trash his apartment.
Oh, geez.
Uh,
Go
but
omnidirectional.
omnidirectional movement, bro. You use him as a human body shield. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Cover fire, cover fire. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. I think if they mess this up, it's kind of game over for
Ooh.
Call of Duty, or you get another company to buy it, to buy the IP and do something great with it. Make
Yeah.
Call of Duty great again.
Exactly right.
Something like that. I hope this is a success. I hope the campaign isn't 3 hours. But I'm gonna be playing it regardless because I have Game Pass and it's gonna be on Game Pass because Xbox, I think, bought Call of Duty or something, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be on there now. It's funny. It's funny how Xbox bought Call of Duty
When they were
and they
PlayStation
can.
the whole time.
Well, it's just funny how they're sharing their games with PlayStation, but PlayStation isn't sharing their games with Xbox. That's what's funny to me.
They're like spoiled children not sharing a toy.
Well, one side is sharing the toy.
Right.
You know, because you can buy Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on, the PlayStation right now. But you can't buy Spider-Man 2 on the Xbox. So I hope they work something out to where, I mean, obviously console exclusivity doesn't really matter to me because I have both.
Right.
But I
Yeah. Same.
remember a time where it did matter to me and it was making me so mad. So all I say is that I sympathize with those people that have one or the other. But yeah, no, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I wish it all the success in the world. I hope it makes the fans happy. I hope as someone that is not crazy about Call of Duty, finds enjoyment out of this game. Because, yeah, I mean, it's Black Ops 6. If you mess this up, you're done.
Yeah.
Cutthroat, you're done.
Yeah. I don't know. I was looking forward to it, but online only killed it for me. Maybe I'll play it one day. Who knows? Maybe they'll patch that out. I don't know. But my last topic, because I think we're over an hour. But my last topic is a game that's actually coming out next month in September. It's a game that I'm probably going to pre-order. I'm a little worried about it. I saw some gameplay. I'm a little nervous now. But Funko Fusion is made by 1010 Games, the people that were a few people that were previously at TT Games who made the Lego games. I think it looks good. I'm a little nervous. I'll explain in a minute. But what are your initial thoughts on Funko Fusion?
I pre-ordered it,
Okay, all right.
and I pre-ordered it from GameStop, so I think I get some exclusive minifigures or skins or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
As an avid, I'm looking up right now on my Funko Pops. As an avid Funko Pop collector, yes, I'm really excited for this game.
Okay.
Uh, it feels like it's gonna be a mix between, third-person shooters and Disney Infinity or Lego Dimensions or something like that,
Right.
which I love. Except it's not gonna be Toys to Life. You're just gonna get all the characters in one, which I feel like that's what Disney Infinity and Lego Dimensions should have done.
Damn right.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for all the levels. I'm excited for, because I'm sure there's gonna be like an actual story. I think Freddy Funko is the villain in this, which I mean he's like the trademark uh mascot for Funko, so
Right.
that's gonna be cool. But yeah, you're gonna be able to visit the Nope world, the Megan world, Jurassic World, Back to the Future. I'm trying to look at other ones to see what I got here. Just a whole bunch of worlds. And I'm sure there's going to be like DLC, so there's going to be even more worlds. I'm really excited for the Invincible world because I watched that show, and it's going to be the closest thing we get to a Invincible game.
Right. Yeah.
Which you got to watch that show so we could talk about that.
I know I'm behind.
Uh, really great show. Only 2 seasons so far, so you can get through it. But yeah, no, it's just cool that we're getting a game like this, for Funko fans, pop culture fans, video game fans and stuff like that. So I think, uh, you know, I don't think it's going to be like a crazy successful game as far as making money
Mm-hmm.
because you only have, a certain demographic. And I don't feel like this is the biggest demographic in the world, but I feel like it's going to deliver on giving this demographic that you and I are in a lot of enjoyment and entertainment, and I'm excited to see what it holds in store. So yeah, I can't wait for September 13th, which is Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be cool. And then literally the next day I have a baby shower I have to go to from my brother. So because I'm gonna be uncle, I'm gonna be an uncle, man.
Uncle Echo.
Uncle Saint. Uncle Echo. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But what about you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like Funko. I think the guys that made TT, the Lego games, I think they have potential. They're good at what they do. It looks fun. I mean, my only nitpicks are I saw some early gameplay, and it looked fun, but I did notice a lot of screen tear, a lot of lag. I know it's an early build, and I'm assuming none of the Lego games really have ever had bad performance, so I think they'll be fine with it. But that's just a worry. I hope it runs well and looks good. But other than that, maybe hopefully there's a motion blur toggle, but that's just being specific. I think that it is gonna be fun. You know what I mean? I think it'll be cool. It's got the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga esque like camera angle for when you're doing stuff, which I like. We don't know when the next Lego game is. Maybe never. Who freaking knows? But I am genuinely excited to see what this game offers because I was actually watching an interview with Arthur Parsons, who was basically my gaming hero as a kid
My
and now.
gaming
I mean, I looked
hero.
up to that guy for basically all my childhood and high school years. Like, this guy's fucking cool. You know, he's an adult and he likes Lego. You know, but it was cool that he was in the interview and he was saying that he wants Funko Fusion to essentially be the next Lego game. Like, he wants this to be a success. And he said if this game does well, he'll make a second and a third and a fourth. So he's gearing up. I mean, he's very much he's anticipating this to be a banger for sure with money and all that. So who knows? But I'm pumped. I'm a little nervous. Like I said, hopefully it runs well. But between that and Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows, I mean, we're getting fed as gamers.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially in this latter half. We're also getting Black Myth Wukong. That's gonna be a fun game too.
Yeah, that comes out soon.
Um, yeah, it comes out like the 20 something of this month. But yeah, no,
Wow.
I'm excited for that too. Uh, I don't want him to focus just on Funko Fusion though. I want some Lego games too. But literally last topic, and it's not even gonna be that long.
Okay.
I hope not. Uh, even though I know you haven't finished it, Kingdom Hearts 3, man.
hmm
We got to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. So as you guys know, I love Disney, and I've always known about Kingdom Hearts. I just never played it because I heard it was it's Final Fantasy and it's a JRPG and I heard it's like really effing confusing, like stupid hard to understand. And I was like, is it worth it? And then you loved it. You played through them all, and you're like, dude, you got to get these fucking games. I'm like, all right, I'll see what I could do. And I got Kingdom Hearts 3 for like $8 at the exchange, and I got Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Final Mix, Redux, whatever the fudge, for I think like
Redux.
$6 on eBay. So I pretty much stole them essentially. And I only played Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm about to finish it. One negative, but I genuinely think it's a great game. Like the Disney worlds are really fun. The open worlds are great. The combat is really freaking good. Like, it's a very addicting combat system. I love that. I love the
Art
I
design,
love what's that?
all that stuff.
Art design, right? Yeah, it's all great. My only issue is that there's a lot of cutscenes, which isn't that bad, but I feel like obviously, look, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3 first, so I don't know half the time what the hell's going on. But
Yeah,
I'm not that
that's
dumb. I can kind of piece it together, but once I play 1 and 2, I'll get it more. But the only issue, I don't know if you had this issue, but my only critique is that it's hard for me to I haven't played it in a few days. And the reason for that is because it's hard to find time to play it now and beat it because as far as I'm aware, maybe you can help me with this. But as far as I'm aware, the only way that you can actually save the game is when you go to the save little icon, and half the time it's hard to come by those. Like, if I have to quickly save and turn this off to go to nannies or go to school or whatever, um, like, I'm effed. Like, I'm just gonna lose data. So it's hard for me to find the time to continue this because I just don't want to be stuck in that position where I have to go, but I'm not near a save point. Um, am I wrong? Can you just save whenever? Because I know there's a specific areas.
Now, you don't have to go to like, let's say you stop at the save point in like Arendelle or something,
Mhm.
and you don't make it to the next save point in Arendelle. You can, but you have all that progress, all those levels that you gained, and all that stuff, all that XP. You can go back to that first save point where you know where it is, you know how to get there, and you know you can skim past the enemies. You don't have to fight them; they're not required. and you can save, and that's how your progress will save, and then, until you're just ready to get a bigger chunk out of the game. Yeah, it did, kind of bother me at first, but I mean, isn't that how Elden Ring works? Isn't that how, I mean, I guess that kind of brings some of the Souls like aspect into it.
Right.
But it is also just very far from a Souls like game, which I really, really like. So, yeah, but no, it's I get that. I get that a lot. Yeah, the cutscenes are really long, and it's just a lot of baggage, a lot of story, and you're
But
starting with
it's a good
Kingdom Hearts
story,
3.
right?
Yeah, it's a good story, and dude, trust me, like when you get to Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and the side games and stuff, it's gonna just be like mind blowing and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm so excited.
the fact that you're starting with Kingdom Hearts 3 and kind of working your way back, I think is a unique approach, and you know maybe you'll find this hidden gem of a love because you played it in this order. But I mean,
Right.
yeah, no, the story is definitely very convoluted, but uh and there are a lot of hiccups. I'm not going to say it's a perfect story and it has perfect, dialogue and this and this and this.
Yeah, the voice
Uh,
acting's a bit weird sometimes.
Even though the dialogue is very quotable, but the score is really good.
Oh yeah.
Uh, the music, the art design, the level design, the enemy types, for the varieties, the keyblades, the animations, the kind of campiness to it that makes you feel like a kid at Disneyland, and you know, also
Yeah.
mixes some of those Final Fantasy characters, which I'm not gonna hate. And, I actually started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake because of Kingdom Hearts. So this game definitely, was a you could call it like somewhat like Ocarina of Time in terms of its influence,
Right.
but obviously Square Enix, they're which used to be called SquareSoft when the first Kingdom Hearts came out.
Oh jeez.
Uh, Yeah, crazy. But you know, it definitely has that influence on a lot of people. But obviously, Square Enix is gonna choose their favorite child, which is Final Fantasy. But right after that, it's Kingdom Hearts, bro, and it's just an amazing game series, and I love it. I hold it very dear and near and dear to my, no pun intended or pun intended, heart.
Oh.
So yeah, but I mean, I just think the character designs are really good. I think, yes, the voice acting can be a little wah,
Yeah.
but I mean that's how it's supposed to be, and it doesn't come off as like bad necessarily. It's just the campiness of it, and it
Right.
really is, you know, has this escape from reality kind of feel to it. Uh, but yeah, I just think, Kingdom Hearts 3, which people say is actually their least favorite,
Wow.
but to me, it's my favorite.
Okay.
Maybe just because I binged all the games and people were having to wait 16 years and all that stuff. But yeah, dude, you're in for it, man. You're in for it. But it's
Yeah.
it's an amazing game, and I'm just glad that like you're falling in love with it and stuff like it. Like that's just really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I finally got into it because, like I said, I love Disney when they're not mucking things up, and it's just this is not a muck up. This is very much a success. Uh, I can't wait to finish 3. I'm on the final world, so once we finish that, I can start 1 and then 2. But no, I mean, I think it's really great, and I got them cheap, so that helps. But I would
Yeah.
easily pay 60 if this thing came out day one. Like it's very, very good. The replayability is crazy. The open worlds are fun. It's just all around a great time for sure.
I couldn't agree more, man. I think and now you're going to be on the hype train for Kingdom Hearts 4, which I mean, that's going to be a wild game. But to I guess close things out, to close the segment out, yes, if you guys are watching this, because I know people are going to be watching this and they have probably heard of Kingdom Hearts, but they don't actually know Kingdom Hearts. Pick this up if you like action games, you like light RPGs, JRPGs, Disney, all that stuff. Definitely check out this game because you might find a gravitational love pull towards it. Through whatever it may be, the characters, the art design, the dialogue, the story, whatever it may be. There's always something to love about this game, and that's why I feel like it's so versatile in terms of how many people it can reach if
Hmm.
people just play it. So yeah, I'm glad you really like it, and we'll definitely talk again in a future podcast episode when you've played all the games, because then we could just do a big topic segment about it.
Right. Yeah. That'll be fun. Yeah, I look forward to playing him because it's pretty cool. But anyway, we are pushing over an hour, so hour 15 or something. So that's going to do it for this one. Plenty more topics, plenty more podcasts to come in the future. But I think we covered some good stuff, and I had a lot of fun. But if you guys enjoyed this, again, if you made it all the way through, comment down below if you watched the whole thing or listened to it, whatever. But yeah, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to myself and Echo Killsh0t. Again, I'll have a link for his channel in the description. And yeah, I had a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, me too, man. These things, are always fun to do, and it's next one's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I think we covered a lot of ground. We'll definitely talk again once that Sonic 3 trailer comes out.
If
But yeah, man, I had fun too as always, and yeah, likewise, go and subscribe to Franchise Fanatic as well as myself. Give this video a like on both of our videos and channels, and yeah,
perfect ending. All right, guys. Again, you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that. I can't wait to do more of these. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
peace out.